Kamala Harris has announced that Tim Walz is going to be her running mate in the MCU. The presidential election. A lot of people are talking about Tim Walz, trying to get a picture of who this guy is, what his career was like, what his life was like, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm just going to try and paint a picture of how this guy came to be on planet Earth. So our story actually begins 4 billion years ago, and the conditions for life have not happened yet. Earth keeps getting hit in the face over and over again with asteroids. Asteroid after asteroid after asteroid. We are getting pummeled with asteroids. We're getting asteroids in our eyes. We're getting asteroids in our face. We're getting asteroids in our mouth. We're getting asteroids in our ass. We're getting asteroids in our gooch. We're getting asteroids in our hair. We're getting asteroids in the toenails. We're getting pummeled with asteroids is the point, and life cannot form because it is simply too hot and sweltering on the soup planet known as planet Earth at this time. Water and life cannot form in this soup planet. But then, much like a businessman who is down on his luck and then flips his whole shit around, Earth begins to cool down and the conditions for life begin to emerge. And scientists have all kinds of crazy theories as to how exactly life began once we got to this point where we had the right conditions for life. I'm not going to cover all of them, but I am going to cover just a few of my favorites, the ones that I personally believe. So the first of these is that life began in the deepest vents of the ocean, these hydrothermal vents. And I understand, and yes. The second theory is that lightning strikes kind of acted as a catalyst for life to begin. This one's objectively awesome because it's just it evokes an image, it's just like lightning strike creating life is very cool, very powerful. It has a mythological allure to it, so I love this one. The third theory we're going to discuss is what I like to call soup theory. Once the Earth did cool down, there was all of these pools of basically like the early bodies of water on Earth, dense in like rich organic nutrient matter. And these things had to have just smelled, absolutely reeked. These things had to have been grody as all hell. These things had to have been gross, just absolutely disgusting. I love them. I think that these are awesome. Once Earth cooled down and those goo pools that I was talking about began to form, basically RNA molecules in the goo began self-replicating, and we eventually became life out of that. So those are some of the theories, but I just want to focus on my theory, which actually unifies those theories. This is where I diverge from academic science. I think that all three of these things are true. Every human you see, every human we're walking amongst came from one of these three origin points. Politicians are no different than you and I, as much as some people would like to make you feel that way. I fundamentally believe all humans are equal. So if all politicians are human and all humans came from one of three origin stories, it is time to discuss how we identify these people so we can know which politicians are which. I'm going to break these theories down into three simple terms. Hydrothermal vents one, that's gill people. Lightning strike one, that's lightning people. And the one where you come out of the ooze, that is soup people. So gill people are pretty easy to spot. Unlike lightning and goo people, soup people, they artificially create bodies and inhabit them. Very powerful people. They can afford very intense procedures to create biomechanical body, an orgomechanical body that they slap a wig on. These people are very easy to spot because they look like fish people. Again, some of these people are really powerful, though, so they will get enhanced procedures on the face where they wrap the scale skin around and staple that shit to the back of their head. It's less easy to tell, but again, if you look closely, you can really tell. You can tell. For the soup people, very easy to spot, frankly, because in our era of capitalist-centric climate change, it is just too hot globally to be a goo person and to remain intact. You will see them melting. They melt all over the place. That is the key sign. You can never not spot a soup person because they are literally becoming soup. The lightning people can be harder to spot, but they also have the strongest identifiers. Lightning people, put simply, are Minnesotans who are really cute when they smile. All of these people pictured are Minnesotans that have cutie patootie smiles. Pictured as Prince, Josh Hartnett, and Tim Schultz. Tim Walz. Cutie patootie ass smiles, and it's a dead giveaway that they were born of lightning. That is how Tim Walz came to be. I'm sorry that I didn't really get more into research of his personal life, things that have actually happened to him, things that he's done, things he represents, things he believes in, why maybe he was picked, who this person is. I more was trying to go back from the beginning because I didn't see a lot of people doing that. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video.
You see what I did there?